Well, I wasn't hoping for that to be the 100th VOD, but here we are.
We must unite. We must never rest.
I failed. My squadron was caught by a wandering patrol. We fought fiercely, but the alarm has been raised. The Rangari forced me into hiding before surrendering themselves to the enemy. They were under my command, and they gave their lives for... For what? I'm not sure what to do, Arcane Wake. We need to get out of here, but how?
Please be careful. What is happening to this world?
Okay. We could get her to believe in the light, or get her to think about reality. I feel like Yrel would do really well with the light.
Is it true? Good doesn't always triumph over evil?
The light. The light. I like how we could say doubt the light, just doesn't have the same ring to it. It's true. You must believe in yourself and be one with the light.
You are truly wise, champion. I must believe in myself, for I carry the light within me.
The light.
Detonating the explosives, now!
Look! Fire! There are still enemies among us. Everyone to arms! Seal the exits! No Draenei scum leaves this village alive!
Now's our chance! Let's go!
By the way, have you noticed that Ner'zhul is universally just mwahaha evil and has no nuance to him whatsoever? Do me a favor and remember that.
We will not yield!
Yeah, if only we could open a portal to Azeroth and evacuate for these poor Draenei. Oh well. Anyways, let's bring forward Fiona and her caravan through again real quick. And like everyone else in the universe. Like seriously, the list of people who shows up in your garrison is gargantuan. Apparently they just had nothing else going on. I don't know. Yep, we've definitely inspired her in the light.
And the time for action.
Notice most of the Shadowmoon are running around scared, by the way. In short, there's already a noticeable difference between the Shadowmoon and Ner'zhul himself. That's a lot. That's a good question, Bragwin. Based on how I understand things, though, they wouldn't merge. They'd just be the two Velens, you know?
The light protects its champions! You will not die today, champion!
But thanks, Yrel. The light doesn't really protect anybody individually. I'm just saying, Yrel, that's not... odd, Bragwin. Yrel, can we go? We must kill all the Shadowmoon. Yeah. Can we kill them later? No? Okay.
Terror Fangs will put an end to you.
A void-infused wolf. That's an interesting concept. It's okay, guys. I've got an Iron Star. You know, I think you can, Fife. Not here, though. Up in those mountains over there. But I do think you can. I love how the Void Wolf is pulled under the ground by void tentacles when it dies.
Thank you, adventurer. I will meet you back at Twilight Glade. The Prophet guides us.
I could have never done it without you. Your words unlocked something within me I've never felt before. A power of the light, as if I was bound to the light.
Victory will be ours.
Now, let's wrap up Shadowmoon, shall we? It's already taken me too long to get through here.
Not all who wander are lost. Many depend on you.
I mean, it is, Bragwin. My trust in you is well placed, young mage. This task would have been troublesome for many of my students, yet you finish it with ease.
Be just.
Threads of the future weave together, winding and unwinding, creating tapestries that change in form and color from one moment to the next. I must have clarity. I must focus on the one strand that will become reality. When you're ready to share my vision, drink the elixir.
Drink the elixir and focus on the crystal. Let the ebb and flow of time wash over you. The Temple of Karabor. No, it cannot be. We are under attack.
Hold the barricades! Protect the defense crystal at all costs!
Notice Urella's in full paladin gear now.
We couldn't stop the Dark Star, Prophet. The Iron Hold have taken the harbor. Watch your heads! Iron capsules incoming!
It's okay, I've got an Iron Star too. Yeah, just think, this could have been a whole city. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't mind me. I'm over here in a block of ice. And I'm dead. That's just... Yeah, no kidding, Jay Palmer. You can already feel how we're skipping ahead a little bit in the story. Just a bit, but the fact that we're on the final quest chain already kind of says something. I know already is kind of a weird statement given how long we've been here, but at the same time, we've skipped several beats, and we also spent some time doing what is effectively side quests.
The fleet commander shows himself!
Enough! Playtime is over. Ships on my mark! Fire on the crystal!
No! That defense crystal was our only hope! They're breaking through! Retreat! We'll make our final stand on...
Stay close to me, champion. Without faith, the battle is lost.
The vision guides us. Let us see what it wishes us to learn.
The light will guide your way. As long as I live, Karabor shall not fall!
Prophet, your attempts are meaningless. Witness the true might of the Iron Horde. I cannot hold them back.
So in case you don't remember what those things are, that was a Dark Naru.
No. No! This cannot be the fate of my people. Ner'zhul leads us to this destiny. To save Karabor, we must stop him. Meet me back at Twilight Glade, champion. We have much to do.
By the way, there's technically no urgency on this, but there's a dungeon coming up I'd kind of like to do if anybody's available. I do like that tree, though. There's no rush. We've got a good 10-20 minutes.
We welcome your help.
I have seen enough. Ner'zhul must be stopped.
Be just.
Not all of the Shadowmoon follow Ner'zhul's alliance with the Iron Horde. Among them, there's one orc I befriended many years ago. She may be able to tell us about Ner'zhul's plans. She's at the Exile's Reach.
Many depend on you.
Now, I'm going to want you guys to talk me down from a triple negative in a minute here. You don't have to, of course. If you agree with me, that's fine, but I'm a little bit too biased to do anything other than think that it's a triple negative. Or, whoops, it's up. Right.
Halt right there!
So,
Stay your weapons. This must be the messenger the Draenei prophet promised.
these are the Shadowmoon orcs.
Our people deserve better.
That's really low level Spartan, but whatever, I suppose. Who are you? I am Rulkan, daughter of Nima. I was an elder of the Shadowmoon clan, but I am not of the clan any longer. Ner'zhul is my husband, but we have parted ways. He took his followers in one direction, and I took mine in another.
Do what must be done.
Our people have always drawn their magic from the earth and the moon. Nearly 3 centuries ago, the ancestors sensed a different magic, a dark source. This was the magic of shadows. It corrupted the mind, tainted those who used it, drove them mad. Since then, our clan was forbidden to chase the shadows.
Go.
I felt this day would come. The Draenei prophet is not wrong to seek me. Though we do not speak often, he and I have a deep mutual respect for one another. I know the trouble that your people are suffering. I no longer believe the Shadowmoon are following our ancestors' path. For these reasons, I will help you.
Welcome to my fire, traveler. I know much of Ner'zhul, and yet, these days, I know him not at all.
I believe you should know the price of the lives you take. Before I help you find Ner'zhul, you must understand why he joined the Iron Horde. In a cave beneath this village is an artifact we call the Ancestral Totem. On it is carved the names of every Shadowmoon clan member since its foundings. Go, I will meet you there.
Do what must be done.
No, this is Rulkan. She was dead in the Prime Timeline. She was the one that killed Jaden, took the appearance of. In order to convince and coerce the demonic horde into forming.
What can I do for you?
That's actually specifically what I was referencing. Yes, Uthor. But it's actually even worse than that.
Be safe.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Here, let me show you this quest, shall we? Yeah, let me go grab these garrison resources here. Very important. Must get every chest. Must loot everything.
When the Iron Horde came, they gave our clan a choice. Join them, or die. My husband Ner'zhul chose to save our people. He joined the Iron Horde.
Notice Garrosh over
They
there.
asked of him a heavy price. They said,
What good are stars and visions against steel and powder? Make a worthy offering, or your people shall die.
so Ner'zhul turned to the Silent Void. He broke the ancient laws and drew upon the Dark Star. I pleaded with him to stop, but he would not turn back. By breaking this stone, he forswore all loyalty to our ancestors. You must do what I cannot. Stop Ner'zhul. End his madness before it is too late. The Shadowmoon Fortress is sealed to outsiders, but this keystone will allow entry. Good luck, hero. We are the true Shadowmoon. Ancestors, forgive us.
Take this keystone. Meet Prophet Velen outside. He intends to face Ner'zhul head-on.
Go. Do what must be done.
Also, I'll join your garrison for no reason.
Ancestors, forgive us.
So, let's actually talk this out, because that's actually a fascinating bit of story there. Oh, hey, I can set these toads free. Be free! Be free, little toads. You're a little far from home, because I forgot I could free you. Yeah, I'll set a couple of you free here. Be free. Be free! Yeah, I'll toss one of you at one of these balls. Surely that'll be safe. Be free. Be free. I will never be a slaver, but I will be a conqueror. Wait. So, here's the deal. We've actually gotten a hint of this already, but this is our first true insight into how the Iron Horde operates. Join or die. But also, if you join, you have to bring something worthwhile to the table. Otherwise, you die. It's a very, very coarse and crude form of coercion. It is, in fact, the actions of a tyrant. You have to work extra hard in order to prove that you deserve to continue to exist. And he demands that of every single clan that joins him. If I might be so bold, for the second time now, that is actually more evil than what the demonic horde was doing. And I mean that. That's just my opinion, of course. But it is extraordinarily messed up what Grom is doing and how he's operating. We'll see more of this over in Frostfire Ridge, where they're doing the same thing to the Beast Lords. So, that's messed up. So Ner'zhul buckled. Okay, that makes sense. In his despair to save his clan from the overwhelming Iron Tide, he decided to go ahead and tap into forbidden powers. Because after all, the Shadowmoon had nothing to offer them. They really were just priests and visionaries. They had nothing. So he tapped into that forbidden power, which happens to be Void. Void feeds on doubt. So Ner'zhul is buckling here, right? Or at least, by all accounts, he should be. But he isn't. If you pay attention, every Shadowmoon we see is acting what I would call in character. It's little stuff, but there's enough flavor lore in how they're talking and how they're acting that all the Shadowmoon, who are the bad guy Shadowmoon, are all freaking out or barely keeping up or constantly being worried or whatever. There's enough layer and nuance there to show that they're not just mwahaha eating puppies, but instead you can kind of feel that these people were shamans and visions and scryers like a couple months ago, right? Ner'zhul is the exception. Ner'zhul is just super evil. Nothing else. Now that's already stupid because it contradicts its own lore, but the reason for it is even stupider. Can you get, for those of you who know, shush for a sec, but for those of you who do not know, can you guess why it is that Ner'zhul in particular is just randomly out of character compared to himself and also everyone else in this very same story arc? Any guesses?
Light, help us. The prophet's faith was
I
not...
mean, bad writing is the answer, but no. Titan is related, but again, too broad. There's actually a really specific reason. The jailer, getting closer. Yeah. Huthor is just, yeah, he's the first Lich King. Ner'zhul is the first Lich King. So, this alternate Ner'zhul, who has nothing to do with that, who never got deceived by Kil'jaeden, who never went down the path of the of the demonic horde, who never ended up having to become the new war chief, and ripped apart Draenor, and fled out into the wilds of the Nether, and got ripped into pieces, and turned to the first Lich King. None of that happened. He was tortured into being the first Lich King, and became the first Lich King. But no. Because he was the first Lich King, Ner'zhul is just evil. And that is the reasoning. That is not presumption. They even talk about in the behind the scenes how they tried to emphasize how much of a necromancer he was because of the fact that it was freaking Ner'zhul, even though that makes literally no sense. It has actually been argued that there wasn't any real necromancy on Draenor at all until it was introduced to them by the Burning Legion. And remember, even that was like threadbare necromancy. That was like type 1 stuff, golems. But no, he's a necromancy. Yeah, Ner'zhul turned away from the Legion. A lot of people forget Ner'zhul was actually not horrifically evil, even during the time of the demonic horde. And then, as Schmeidolf just pointed out, he was then tortured into becoming the first Lich King. Just to really emphasize this. Where's it? There it is. Ner'zhul, chieftain and elder shaman of the Shadowmoon clan, sacrificed the heart and soul of the tribe in an attempt to join the Iron Horde. He is now retreated to his clan's ancient burial grounds as he ventures ever further along a dark path, embracing the power of the void and the necromantic arts. What? So, I think just Ner'zhul's massive out-of-characterness is a triple negative. Because not only does it defy and break the character of Ner'zhul, but it also breaks this specific quest chain. We just saw a quest 20 seconds ago, or more like 5 minutes ago, where they showcased that in desperation and fear, he turned to something to help his people survive. Which, by the way, if I might be so bold, is an interesting and engaging character arc. But no. Instead, he's just evil because he became the Lich King in another timeline. And under massively different circumstances 30 years later. I think it's actually like 20 years later, but whatever. Several years later. So I don't know, like, what are we thinking? Like, how many negatives do we think this deserves? Because this, again, this is just a pet peeve thing, but this really frustrates me.
Something is amiss on this world.
It also kind of ruins most of this quest chain. Like, this should be an engaging story of fighting people who shouldn't be our enemies because of the tragedy of what the Iron Horde really is. This should be an establishment of how cruel and vicious the Iron Horde is, and an indicator of how evil they are and how much we have to put them down. And instead, Ner'zhul is cackling like Skeletor the entire time. Have you listened to his voice actor? There is no nuance to his presentation at all. He is just, ugh, There are Draenei scum still here. We must kill them.
You are the instrument of...
Well, that would have been cool, J. Palmer. Like, we show up and we offer them an alternative source, right? Maybe we even, like, redeem them or pull them back from the void. I don't know. There's, like, a lot of directions they could have taken this, but no. He's evil. Because he will be the first Lich King. Like, to put this into perspective, this is like if we somehow had a time travel story in Star Wars. Just bear with me for a second. And we're in episode 1, and Anakin, in alternate timeline Star Wars, is just like, I can't wait to kill that Sebulba. I'm going to choke his throat and drain the life essence out of him. And that's just how Anakin is acting. In episode 1. Alternate episode 1. Rulkun's gift to you, the Fragment of Anguish, will allow you to pass up to the fortress unhindered. Go up the stairs to the doorway and use the fragment to enter the compound. Once inside, do the things.
Then with the keystone, you will be able to pass through alone. Once inside, deactivate their shields, and we will join you.
Kill things while you're in there.
My friend.
The souls of the prisoners are being used to summon creatures from the void. Inside, 3 of the beings of darkness already await. Okay.
We will endure.
And free the prisoners. Okay, kill things, kill bosses, free prisoners. Anything else? You want fries with that?
Let us speak.
Collect star readings. Okay.
Be brave.
I can
You
do
are
that.
not alone.
That's why I'm asking for feedback, Uthor, because it's sort of impossible for me to not be massively irritated by this. Because it's just so frustrating to see someone so utterly not understand their own story. God damn it, you morons. We could put it to a poll, but, like, how many do we put it up to? Like, what's our cap on negatives here? No, I don't think 3 would be the cap. That's the thing. Let's make a cap of 6. And then we'll see what you guys think. This is also indicative of the kind of writing we'll be seeing in Warlords in general, by the way. It also is basically just a regional story arc. But then again, that's WoW in general. They're all regional story arcs. Polls. Here we go. Well, that's your question to answer, isn't it? How many negatives? Question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Apparently I can only add up to 5 entries for this. That's interesting. So we'll go through 1 through 5. How's that sound? Boop. Poll started. Voot. Or don't. It is your decision. I mean, the jailer's going to get a lot more than 6 negatives. I'm going to be really honest about that. That's true. That is a valid point. Aw. Well, I appreciate it, Kennex Cow. Time to shoot that person. How dare you disagree with the common consensus? Cereal is a soup! I'm going to deliberately not vote. Like I said, it irritates me too much not to get it. You're probably wondering, why does it irritate me so much? There are two plot arcs in Warlords that really irritate me, and while there's certainly some, absent story and some issues with logical consistency, for the most part, most of the plots are legit enough that I'm actually with it for Warlords. So these two colossal holes in the story irritate me more than they probably should, because they're so glaring against the rest of it. And this Ner'zhul thing is one of them. It also doesn't help that Ner'zhul gets, So let's talk about the Warlords, right? The expansion is literally named Warlords of Draenor. How much screen time do you think the Warlords get? So, Grom, arguably the guy who should be the main Warlord we interact with, especially given his connection to Garrosh, has hardly any screen time. In fact, we've already seen most of it. We will see him in a launch trailer, or a patch trailer, which does not count for review purposes. And a couple of things in Nagrand, and I think that is actually it. Kilrog, we have already seen all of that we will see of him, other than, again, a patch trailer and a boss fight. So that's it. Now, we'll see a decent amount of, oh god, what's his name? Blackhand. He's probably the one that gets the most screen time. The only one that might compete with him is Kargath, who we see both in Spires of Arak and as a boss fight. And Ner'zhul. And that's the final irritation for me. They kind of skip over most of the Warlords of Draenor, to the point where they basically don't actually exist. Except Ner'zhul, who is the focus point of an entire quest arc. And then that's like they do this. This is the great and amazing quest arc they get. This is as good as it gets for the freaking Warlords of Draenor. Oh, by the way, did you happen to notice that they're specifically summoning skeletons? Of course they are. They're the Scourge. Because they're run by the Lich King. Don't you get it? And yeah, you're right. I forgot that Grom is also in Hellfire. I was trying very, very hard to forget that Grom is in Hellfire. Arak I could believe. Ignoring the fact that it has almost nothing to do with the Warlords of Draenor. I mean, Kargath makes a cameo there, and that's it. It's also one of the most complete stories of all the zones. Probably because it has nothing to do with the main plot. It also follows through on a plot arc from all the way back in BC. I even commented on that in the Warcraft series. That's true, we never fight Grom on any level. Not in a quest, not in a dungeon, not in a raid. Duratan's an ally, so he doesn't count. I guess that's all of them. They talk about Gul'dan, but he's not really one of the Warlords. That's whatever. Good work. The barrier is done. We are on our way. Uriel and I have located Warlord Ner'zhul. He is meeting with Grom Hellscream. Well, let's go see that little cameo. Oh, excuse me. Right after I do all these other quests. I don't think Garrosh counts as a Warlord. But even if he does, we've already seen one of the only times he'll show up in the game. The other time will be in Nagrand. Who voices Duratan? Pillars of Snow. Scott McNeil. Don't recognize the name. I might recognize the voice. Who? Off the deeper end? Oh, there we go. By the way, Orgrim is the other big negative for me. Ner'zhul and Orgrim, those are the two big ones. I do not, Yura. I suppose you could check speedrun.com. Those are run enough that a lot of people have guides built for them. How would you do it, Uthor? If you don't mind my asking. Interesting. People just know. I'm aware of all of those things, but I don't think I've actually watched or played any of them. I remember this one being irritating, but I don't remember why. That's it. This is it. Hello. Almost out of time for the poll, for anybody who hasn't voted and who cares. So far we've had a grand total of 4 people voting. Do I have 4 viewers? Seriously? Hang on. Uthor, Pillagers No, Jay Palmer, Off the Deeper End, Yura. I guess that is 4 viewers. Never mind. Alright. Ignore me. Oh, we got 5. That's 5.
Are you ready, hero? It is just up this way. Over here, hero, before they see us. Listen, they're talking about the Dark Star.
Behold my power, War Chief Hellscream. With my clan at your side, you will be unstoppable.
The void hungers.
Well done, Ner'zhul. We attack Karabor soon. Summon forth the Dark Star. I will begin my preparations at once.
Cool.
What is that monstrosity?
It is but a fraction of the Dark Star's power.
We'll see about that.
Is that supposed to be a taunt, Urel? Yeah, bye, Grom. We'll see you a long time from now. Like a really, really long time from now. I mean, I guess that's not that long. This is not a long expansion.
Samara! No! No! No!
Irel, do not be sad. I did not choose this fate. But you can still choose. Be strong, little one. I will be watching over you.
Samara, I swear to you, I will become strong. I will protect our people. I will fight. Come, champion. I will need your help to crash this Iron Horde.
What kind of... Okay. Oh, not at all, J. Palmer. Here's the dealio. AU Grom is, like, horrifically evil. And I hate to keep emphasizing that point, but it's important. Because our Grom was not a good person, but he had no capacity for this level of cruelty in him. It just wasn't his thing. He was kind of a berserker, in the traditional sense of the word. Whap, whap, whap. It's fun killing. What's that? This blood will make me kill better? Sweet! Glug, glug, glug. That's about as much thought as he put into most of what he was doing. When it caused some issues, he tried to do better. Had issues with that. But, you know, made the effort, made the attempt to be a better person. AU Grom is horrific.
The Iron Horde fleet has been sighted off the coast. We're calling every defender to the temple.
But Ner'zhul poses an equal threat. What should we do, Prophet?
Champion, I need your help to stop the Dark Star's arrival. Marad, can you hold Karabor until we are finished?
As long as the defense crystal stands, we will hold. Commander, I will gather the troops from your garrison. Do not delay long. They will need your leadership on the battlefield.
Oh, wow, Uthor. That, yeah, I get where you're going with that, and I like that.
It is time to take a stand. We must hold on to our faith. With faith, we may triumph.
Be just. You are the instrument of change. Many depend on you.
It is already beginning. Over the hills to the southeast. Ner'zhul has everything he needs to summon the Dark Star. The Iron Horde attack on Karabor is imminent. This is where everything ends. Champion, I must ask you to ride ahead and delay Ner'zhul. I will join you as quickly as I can.
The light will guide your way.
I can do that, I suppose. This is one of my least favorite shoulders in the entire game. This random shawl thing that just drapes over your shoulder. That's it. It's just this chunk of cloth, not attached to anything. It's just, I don't know. Never liked it. Actually, yes, J. Palmer. Zoop. I mean, that's the World War I theory right there. For lack of a better way to put that. Oh, that's interesting. Pillars of Snow. I do recognize those. Hello, Ner'zhul. How are you?
You are just in time. Witness the dark majesty of the void.
Remember, he's evil because...
I will save my clan, even if I must forfeit the souls of my ancestors.
One of his attacks in the boss fight...
This is my strength. With this power, the Shadowmoon will be conquerors!
It is not too late. Turn from this dark path, and let us help you!
The shadows have already consumed my soul, Prophet.
There is no darkness light cannot pierce, Ner'zhul.
No! The power of the Dark Star will be mine!
Because, you know, being power hungry was always something that Ner'zhul was so well known for.
The Dark Star falls now upon you. The Iron Horde will prevail. And all that stand against us will die.
That was legit. I will give you that. It is also, ironically... Oh, excuse me. It is also, ironically, great foreshadowing for Legion. If there's one thing that we could say that Legion does extremely well, it is Velen. Notice they did that with essentially no dialogue. Didn't need it. He just looks to the side at her. She looks doubting. She's freaking out. And he's like, okay. Doesn't say anything, just transfers his light essence to her. And then just calmly walks in. Remember, light is powered by faith. And Velen's faith is absolute. It is true. His fool's hope has been what has been empowering him for 20 millennia. You think he's going to hesitate here? No. So he makes sure his legacy will live on, and then he walks right in. No doubt, no hesitation, no trembling, no worry. Whoosh. And his light personally empowers the Naru. Ka'ara. Remember Ka'ara? I don't blame you if you don't. Because we've already met Ka'ara back in our timeline. See, back in BC, back in the past, when Ashagun first collided with this planet, one of the Naru was severely damaged and had to essentially eject from the ship. That's a Naru who was in the verge of dying and died a very, very slow death. That became the Dark Star. A Naru that was converting into void. Now, we had some interesting interactions with Ka'ara back in BC, but here, alternate Velen personally empowers her, kills himself in the doing, and makes alternate Ka'ara here actually be redeemed, which not only completely removes all of the void power that Ner'zhul and the Shadowmoon were going to use, but also then serves as an empowerment for all the defenders. It is a masterclass move. It makes a weirdly large amount of sense. It connects logically with the setting and previous events, and it's a great character moment. This is an awesome scene. By the way, there's a bunch of those in Warlords. For all that Warlords constantly falls apart on, cutscenes are not one of them. I agree with you, by the way, Thor. Hello, Evo. You missed the great scene, but that's okay. I will never forgive you. I have no idea, J. Paul. Like, I could go into detail about the specifics of it, but the long and the short of it is he passed his Legacy, role, position, power, knowledge, memories, onto her. All of the Naru, especially the Lightforged, have that emblem that hovers over their head. In fact, if I am to pop this right now, you'll see one over my own forehead, in-game. It's the gift of the Naru. It was quite literally him passing the torch on to her. Yeah, you can tell that's actually old Ka'ara, because that's a BC texture. Yeah, everyone's gonna know she is the new Velen. Oh yeah, one other reason I love that. It is very Velen, but the thing I like most about it being Velen, a lot of people, understandably, think Velen is very passive. No. He is very beaten down. He has had to put up with a lot of crap in his life. But he knows exactly how to turn things around and to get crap done. By the way, that is a huge plot point in Legion. I'm just going to say that right now. It's a plot point so massive and powerful, most people I know never even noticed it even happened in Legion. There are two very, very quiet moments that completely change the history of the entire setting in Legion. And one of them is Velen getting off his butt and doing stuff. The other is Cardona. A lot, Darkway. Far too many. I know, that was such a weird decision, Pillars of Snow. Yeah, when Velen does take action, he comes out swinging, and he swings for the fences. Velen plays for keeps. It actually makes a wonderful contrast to Illidan, who is, of course, dead at this point. But Illidan, for when he's actually written properly, does the same thing. In a much more evil, pragmatic, and, vainglorious way. But it's true. Sorry, I'm debating something. Forgive me. Okay. Sorry.
Faith is my mirror, but
Prophet...
will is my weapon.
Prophet Velen is gone. There is no time to mourn. We'll honor us passing once the Iron Horde have fled. Now is the time to fight.
We will answer the prayers of my people. I can't believe he's gone.
Ira, the defense crystal is broken. The Iron Horde have overrun Karabor. We'd need a miracle to break through.
Velen's sacrifice means nothing if the temple...
You don't have to do this, Yril. Take the survivors and flee.
No, we stand here against the Iron Horde. I will fight. Hero, are you with us?
Yeah. I mean, yes. I don't think it's actually visible yet.
We must unite.
The Iron Horde have overtaken Karabor. If we don't act now, hey, our first and only quest in Karabor. Exarch Kama and the last of our forces are trapped in the city. But your garrison forces are outside waiting your orders. Fly with me. We will meet your forces in the field. Let's do this. There you go. You notice Murad wasn't there either. So, probably Jay Palmer. I don't mind it, really, because it served as an excellent nudge. You know what I mean, Huthor? We've talked about this before. Sometimes people just need an external force to be like, hey, poke. And that felt like the poke to me.
Fly with me, hero. We will assist them from above.
Having said that,
the purifying light of the Naru is both our hammer and shield.
Having said that, I agree that they could have done it better. I just don't think it was done badly.
They are at the very temple gates. Fly closer. Hurry! Circle back. We must clear the steps.
If anything, I think the real blame there, Huthor, is for every expansion before Legion. Establishing that he has a son that he lost to the Legion is the kind of thing that should have happened back in BC.
Never again will you orcish hordes darken the light of Karabor! Press onward, by the light of the Naru!
I would have to spend some time polishing the dialogue. But I know what I would have done.
Carry the light, brothers and sisters!
No son. No victim at all, actually. Just skip over that plot beat entirely. Make the loss of the Naru the thing that gets to him. Make the loss of the Naru who helped him and his ship. And also, it's worth noting, that was their one big hope, not to spoil too much. You know, that was like, okay, we've got this one last chance to make things work, and then it fails. Have that be the thing that kicks him in the rear and gets him to start doing. Correct, J. Palmer. No, sorry, you said alternate Shadowmoon Valley. My bad. No, not at all. It never will be, either.
We've done all we can from up here.
I think we've done a lot.
Broken the main siege. We should meet with our forces on the ground.
Champion, I need you to fight your way to the harbor.
Done.
I'll approach the enemy from the south. Light of the Naru guide you.
You got this, Pillars of Snow. Oh, I get where you're going with that. How many of you noticed we're in a scenario right now, by the way? It's not obvious because we don't have the scenario thing over here in the upper right, but we are. They really started getting clever with the scenario tech. We even have a load screen. Now we're in a formal scenario. With the actual stage 1 and everything.
Our faith cannot be broken.
Now to destroy these orcs once and for all.
These are the last of our forces.
Defend Karabor from the Iron Horde. I can do that.
Light, God Champion, I need you to fight your way to the harbor.
Done. Can I help you? Probably not, J. Palmer. Yeah, how many face characters do we have for the Drana? We've got Yrel. Oh. We've got Murad, Eindov, who I remind you is only a character as of this expansion. We've got Velen, who's only a character as of the next expansion. Who? J. Palmer?
Take you all.
Yeah, unironically, a comma probably is one of the closest we get, and honestly, that's sort of pathetic. It's kind of funny, several races have that problem. Like, we've got Gazlowe for the goblins, and arguably Gallywix, and that's kind of it. That's our goblins. Let's see, for the Worgen, we have Greymane, and that is it. For the Trolls, we had Vol'jin. Tess isn't Worgen. Like, I don't want to split hairs, but she's Gilnean, but she's not Worgen. She, by definition, cannot be a Worgen face character. Crowley? Who? Remind me the last time Crowley showed up anywhere. So, Kata and BFA. There's Crowley. Not much of a face character. No, that is the point I'm making, Magister. Several races just either don't have face characters, or have one. Or had one. Then there's orcs and humans, who have way too many. I'm just not even going to cover that. Several blood elves, interestingly enough. Several night elves, too.
Iron Fleet, darken the skies!
No, Yura. I still think Mega Man X1 has the best visuals of the entire franchise, and I stand by that. How many Pandaren? Well, we've got Chen and Cho, like, automatically. I think we could pretty easily argue that Paranzu would qualify as well. We haven't seen him much outside of Pandaria, but, I mean, he had a hell of a presence there. Like I said, I think we could argue him. That might be the list. We don't see enough of Taoshi to really have her qualify. Or Asa, or G. So, yeah, I think that's the list. Gnomes are awful for face characters. You could argue that it's Thermoplug, but Thermoplug, the first time he was ever anything, was for the launch event of Kata, and during the Gnomish Starter Zone in Kata. The next time Thermoplug shows up in anything is BFA. Now, Kelsey Steelspark, maybe. She's whatever his stupid name is. I don't even remember his name. That's how irrelevant he is. The leader of the gnomes. We're gonna call him Bob, because that's his new name. His name's Bob now. You know what? Actually, Millhouse is arguably more of a face character for the gnomes, which is really sad.
Champion, the Naru has come to aid us. We must defend it while it gathers power.
Dwarves have a few. Moira's certainly taking up that slot, but we've had Magni for a long time. And Bronn, frankly. Even though Bronn doesn't really represent the dwarves, he is still definitely a face for the dwarves, so I think he counts. So that's Bronn, Moira, Magni, and arguably Dagran, especially nowadays. We've also got Kurdran, who showed up several times, and Mirrodin, who's shown up several times. So we got plenty of dwarves. For Forsaken, we have lots. But even if we didn't, we've got Lillian Voss, which is all we need. The Night Elves, obviously it's been Tyrande and Malfurion for forever. But even ignoring them...
No! Playtime is over! I will deal with you myself!
Chandris is who I was going to go with, yeah. It honestly took until either BFA or Shadowlands for Chandris to be a major character, but she's been one ever since. And yeah, there's a few smaller ones that have been interesting face characters. Like Maiev and like Gerard. Most of them only are like get one section or one story arc to themselves, but they tend to be cool while they're there. I think we all know that Dolly and Dot are the Volpera face characters. Hello? That was strange. They're my best friends, J. Palmer. They carry me through the drifts of sand. Agreed, as Miristar. Chandris is still kind of a question marky thing because she definitely rose to be main character status in Dragonflight. We'll see if they do anything more with that. I have a feeling we will. Midnight is supposed to be an elven expansion, like very elven focused. Good time to see how those pieces land. And yeah, Illyria has not just the face, she's actually one of the main characters. She's been relevant since Legion, so that tracks. I like how the Naru's just like, yeah, I'm done with this. Mira is the easy answer for the Volpera, but yeah, they do also have Nisha and Kira.
We need to spread news of our victory. Take the Fey Dragon and meet me back at Mbari village.
Nightborn actually have several, but Thalyssra is the easy answer. I would say Thalyssra, Oculith, and the French lady. I can't think of her name. But Thalyssra's the big one.
Hero,
Valtois.
you fought fearlessly. For that, please accept my thanks. The light prevails, because we stand against the darkness.
It is done. Victory is ours.
I really wish we could spend a little bit more time with Murad here. Murad just helped save Karabor Temple. Really think about that for a second.
The Prophet guides us. We must never rest.
Oh well. Still a fun finale. I believe both, actually, J. Palmer. The story arc he gives us is actually for Shattrath, though. The one he talks about in his video, in his vignette. So that was Shadowmoon. I'll do the tally later off camera. Not too bad, not too shabby. A few major issues, but there is one last thing I'd like to do. Do I have a group? I know Bregwin mentioned she might be available. If I don't, it's fine. Okay, we've got Popaniques. Excuse me. Get Cure White Noise. There it is. I was wondering where this quest was. There's an unassuming iridescent crystal that Urel gave us from the Prophet Velen. Okay. Then we've got Spartan. So hang on. So Spartan, Cure White Noise, Optics, me. Was it, Uthor? That's almost irritating, but at the same time, maybe it'll be better for it. Huh. We'll see. Probably take someone else. 30 is too low level for this. I'll bring one of my 67s for this. So what are y'all bringing? Now that you say that, I remember doing a Mythic Plus for Shadowmoon. I remember it specifically because the group I was doing it with my sister, and the group we were with didn't know the dungeon. They'd never done Warlords, and so Sis and I had to explain some of the mechanics to them. Because the second to last boss was murdering them. The shrine has dozens of niches where the Prophet's followers have placed their own memory crystals, mourning the great leader's sacrifice. You slide the crystal into empty socket, and the memorial comes to life.
Greetings, savior of my people. If you are hearing this message, it means I am no more. But Karabor is safe. I owe you an explanation. The Naru that we Draenei revere are creatures of pure light. But if their death is near, they lose their essence, collapsing into creatures of shadow. When we Draenei first arrived on this world, Naru accompanied us, but they could not stop our vessel from crashing. The dark star that appeared in the skies above Drano that terrible night was no celestial body. It was a fallen Naru, ejected from our vessel in moments of panic and terror. Its name was Kara. What once was a creature of faith and beauty became a dark and hungering god, a living font of darkness. We owed Kara a great debt. Without the Naru's aid, my people would never have escaped our homeworld of Argus. To see Kara's transformation into shadow was a heavy burden to bear. When the Naru returned to us, I did what I had to do. Remember, life is the light, and the light is life itself. They may be exchanged, but nothing is ever lost. I only hope my people will understand.
You're on, Velen. And we will. Our Velen. Is it true what he says about the light? No. Always take words from a prophet of the light with a grain of salt when it comes to talking about the light.
My men are standing ready.
Oh man, J. Palmer, that... Ooh, that would have been bad. Check a few things here real quick, because I'm pretty sure all of this, yep, is stuff we're not doing.
What?
Yep. This is all do garrison expansion missions, which we are not doing, and have no reason to do, and therefore will not do. This one.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance.
Oh wow, an invasion. We might show that off.
Bless you.
Not right now, though. Let's go do the dungeon. Even though canonically the invasion happens first, but who cares? Okay, so I've got a Redidon, a Shadow Priest, a Shaman, a Pally. Can any of you heal? Oh my god, my outfit looks so terrible. Okay. I will bring the tank. Oh wait, no, we can't bear tank. Because bear tank is broken right now. That's really frustrating. And not for the first time. I have 2 bear tanks locked at 67 ready to go. I mean, I guess we could test. No, let's test it. Screw it. Let's test it. If it's bugged, I have other tanks. So let's get Poponiques, Spartan, Kira White Noise, Dragon. Where do I need to go? I need to go here. That'll be faster. No, I don't think we're physically capable of doing that, because that would require 70, among other things, J. Palmer. Shadowmoon Burial Grounds is correct. I'm heading out there manually. It's going to take me a minute, but it shouldn't take me too long. Hopefully. Yeah, Mythic doesn't scale, just like Heroic doesn't scale. You have to be at the level of the dungeon, or higher, to do Mythic or to do Heroic. That's actually a good point. Huthor's right. Mythic Plus, as I have to remind myself periodically, is actually different than Mythic. Why would I use a skip tactic? Either way, no, I do not know it. There it is. Okay, good news. It lets me go to Ashran. Just let me fly faster, Blizzard. Stop lowering my speed. It is funny that I think of Dragonflight as slow nowadays. That's just always the way, isn't it? Every time you get a new flight speed, it slowly becomes slow. You know what I mean. Either way, no is the answer to your question, Master. I don't know what's required. I mean, I guess I could go do the intro and then hit the skip intro button. In order to get access to the Hearthstone I have. Okay. Oh, I remember, J. Palmer. I remember how fast the 60 mount looked, or felt like. You know, this one right here. Look, instant teleportation. That's all I'm asking for, Wrecker Spirit. I just want to go there instantly and completely skip everything in the way. All I want is to never have traversal ever again. No, FF14 still has a fair amount of traversal because of the way that their flight paths is all over the place. No, Guild Wars 2 is close to what I'm talking about. Oh god, 40 mounts. You know what I remember most about 40 mounts? Being on my Tauren and feeling like I wasn't going any faster. I would have been back in BC. Okay. Drop paw real quick. Oh, I guess I can't. Let's walk inside, then we'll drop paw. Nah, the only times I ever get impatient, and this is true, the only things that really impatient me are when I feel like someone else is waiting on me. I'm not impatient. In fact, I have no real impatience within me. But I tend to get really antsy when someone's waiting on me, you know? And that happens a lot on stream, which is why people look at me and say I'm impatient. It's like, oh, you're in such a hurry. I was like, yeah, I'm in a hurry for you. I don't want to just be sitting here doing nothing while I'm hitting W, you know what I mean?
You wade to a river of souls, stranger. It is best to turn back.
So, let's see how we do. See if I instantly lose aggro. Okay, I haven't lost aggro yet. That's good. That's good. Still looking up. Just focusing on aggro for the moment. I'll do actual buttons in a minute.
This was once a place of peace, a place for eternal rest.
Very small, interesting visual storytelling bit. They have some chunks of Oshagoon here, which they use to help commune with the dead. If it's red, I have lost aggro, J. Palmer. So that green means I have aggro.
Damn. Rise. Rise in the name of darkness. Rise in the name of Ner'zhul.
The Lich, look, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I think you might be right, Pillars of Snow. I think they actually fixed it, because I haven't lost aggro yet. And it was so overtly and obviously broken that I would have noticed by now. Knock on wood. Alright, let me just give you guys a hole here. There we go. Oh, it's very pretty, I agree.
An eternity in darkness cannot escape.
So now you got me thinking, Yura. Because I haven't done the sprite work audit of the Mega Mans yet. Oh, the story here is terrible, but this is a fun dungeon, by memory. Like, I've already given the triple negatives for the story. We're good on that. Even the trash is interesting. I haven't really talking it out because I just know what I'm doing, so forgive me. So, we've got basic casters who have adds, who have debuffs, who have interesting consequences for that. And Void Slash, that's a fun one. Up top, we had big ol' adds who are heavies, who hit very hard and do lots of damage on areas. There's also runes on the ground that just straight up hurt you, and most of those runes are in areas where you're already fighting trash. The runes mechanic is, of course, as is per usual, a tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Again, this is still the era when they were using trash as a tutorial for bosses, which, for the record, I am quite in favor of. Okay, here's that void eruption thing. You can see it a little bit better now that we're not fighting anything else. Just dropping all kinds of crap on the ground there. Oop. Looking good so far. So speaking of, let's make a hole there. This is our first boss.
Ancestors of the Shadowmoon, shine in the darkness. Lend me your strength.
Come on.
AoE incoming.
So there's that spear she jabs down. She jabs it down at a player, and it creates a void zone where she does it. Do the big mechanic.
Yes, the perfect sacrifice.
If she successfully eats an ad... Oh, okay. We successfully killed it, but if she eats an ad, something bad happens. I think she buffs or something like that. Another spear coming down. And please do the mechanic. I want to show it off. Please.
Touch white runes.
There it is. So we can touch white runes. Oh, and now they're purple runes. Oh, God. Okay. So we got a couple there. And then she does this mass AoE, which actually does some decent damage.
The dead shall rise again. Ugh.
So, not bad for a normal dungeon boss. Much more interesting on harder difficulties, but there's nothing we can do about that. Blah, 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 blah. Moving on.
Ner'zhul will not hear us. He hears only darkness now.
Well, yeah, because he's the Lich King. Do you get it? Sorry, I'll let that go. This is the last time it's even going to be relevant. Well, once we kill him, it'll be the last time it'll be relevant. I cannot pull aggro off of that. That is just straight up fixated on Poppinese. I cannot pull that. Uh-oh. 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 I'm losing aggro to my healer. What is that? Come here. Then there's this boss. Most people had no idea how to do this boss, which was interesting. I don't even know if we'll actually get the mechanic on this boss. We'll see.
Yes, come closer. Your souls are strong and proud. I will feast on your terror.
Kaada specifically? I can see that poses now. I don't know if it was Kaada specifically, but yeah, I can see it. Yeah, new model, by the way. Void Abomination. We'll talk more about that later.
None escape the void.
Attack spirit.
There we go.
Flee from your former masters.
So I'm almost assuredly not going to be physically capable of killing my own soul here. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to do what I can while I wait for them to break out of their souls. Come help me. There we go. Hey! And we're free.
AoE incoming.
You cannot flee.
I suppose that's a good point, Pillars, just now.
You are just maggots swarming to the corpse of a dying god.
Okay, that's an interesting taunt. So a lot of people I knew would die on this upcoming trash. Can anyone guess why before I actually explain what's about to happen? Is it working now? Keep losing aggro to Poppenings. God, am I just that terrible? Have I become a terrible tank? Am I everything that I've always hated? There's crap on the ground, is really what it boils down to. And the crap on the ground does a fairly large amount of damage and summons an extra ad. Now, I say there is in the modern tense, as in present tense, but I can't help but notice it's not here. So I'm not sure, like, if they got rid of it? Terrible healer is much worse than terrible tank. You can work around a bad tank. You cannot accommodate for a bad healer. Especially if you're doing anything above normals. Might have been J. Palmer, I'm not sure. No, it was up there. It was that specific hallway we just went through. Yeah, terrible tanks are very frustrating. But they can be, it is possible to work around them. If you're on a hard thing and you have a bad healer, you cannot keep up. There's too much damage that cannot be avoided in a WoW dungeon. Or a WoW raid. I'm gonna quiet pull because Braven's not with us. Or no, I said quiet. Lesser pull, lesser pull. Okay, fine, I'll pull an extra thing. Just for you. God. So impatient. Called me impatient. Jesus. Well, yeah, there's spiders here because I have absolutely no idea why. Resilience gear. Yeah, I've seen that. No, I'm not talking about you, Poppenings. It was just someone who's asking as a hypothetical. What's worse, bad healer or bad tank? Speaking of tutorials, these are carrion worms. That's exactly what it sounds like. But they tutorialize that little thing, the slam mechanic. Look, is it really fantasy if it's not ripping off Tolkien? I mean, if it doesn't have giant spiders. Oh, the people definitely died to this upcoming boss. Wow, very good. Actually, funny little anecdote. Not that I was going to order anything, but I was just curious if... Whoa, there. Hang on. Let's wait to get caught up there. Or I could pull early on accident. That's excellent. Don't worry about me. Get caught up. I'm a bear. I've heard rumors, Riker's Beard, but they have to involve girls or either robots, high school students, or both who have giant tits. Wait, that's just elves from Tolkien, isn't it? God dang it. Whoa. So I actually did this on accident, but this is cool because I can show off how you get back on. Boop. Nice and simple. Most people could not figure that out back in the day. Okay, so... Please do your mechanic. I really like this guy's mechanic. It's kind of clever and it's fun. So, big old corpse breath, and he spits out a giant gob of corpses.
Inhale. Get inside a puddle.
So you get in the puddle, and he inhales. If you don't get in the puddle, like Bragwin over there is probably gonna get eaten. That's very likely. Yep. So she just got eaten. The thing is, standing in the pitch sucks for various reasons.
Watch your step.
And then he's going to do that nonsense. Really big hit. And he spits you out into the water, which is why you need to know where those geysers are to be able to get back up here.
Watch your step.
Get in the puddle. Get in the puddle, Darkrai.
Inhale. Get inside a puddle.
If that looks familiar, then congrats, you played FF14. Heavensward, I believe. I don't know which one copied the idea from the other, though. I like that fight. Sorry. As usual, most of these fights are much more interesting on hard, and I know I sound like a broken record on that, and I apologize. If anything, take it as me being disappointed with my own memories. I didn't really do normal dungeons, you know what I mean? Like, I'd do them once, for the story, and then I'd go to the hard versions, because those were fun. Yeah, normal dungeons are here to level and to see what's going on narratively. Heroic dungeons and mythic dungeons, that's there to have some fun. I was kidding anyways, but let's just know. The actual mechanic goes all the way back to Pandaria. Speaking of, obviously we're about to fight the first Lich King. So, I hope you like mechanics that have to do with undead. Because it is actually a pretty cool mechanic. It's an interesting take on the Wave of Death mechanic.
The darkness, it flows within me. It seeps from every vein. Come, strangers, cross into the realm of the Shadowlands. I shall deliver you to your death.
Shadowlands, by the way, not the Void. Shadowlands, aka the Afterlife, or at least what they used to call the Afterlife. This is well before they ever came up with the nonsense of, you know, Shadowlands. 1 second, let me write something down really quick. And this is what the Shadowlands looks like. Check it out. Kind of cool, actually. I'm with it.
The Shadowmoon cannot be defeated. We walk in the realm of death itself.
Yep, that's what the Shadowmoon are known for. Definitely.
Shockwave.
I'm sorry. I'm just making fun.
Special coming.
So he's got area denial attack over there.
Shockwave.
Moon and shadow.
And then he's got this fun thing.
Dead arise.
So we need to kill one, which we're working on right now.
Shockwave.
Nice and steady. While dodging everything. Ugh. Come on. Come on. There we go. And there's a safe space.
Shockwave.
I like that mechanic. There's ways to speed it off. To speed it up and to do better about that, blah, blah, blah. But that's fun. I like that. That's kind of it. He only really has those three mechanics. But you can see how with the area denial and his own area denial, which is the shockwave attack, combined with trying to focus on one thing while backpedaling, yeah, it's fun.
Special coming. Shockwave.
I apologize for still having DVM on. But what we normally would do is mark one and say, hey, this thing. And murder. Be a lot faster than that. Really? Pillars of Snow. Interesting. Probably on purpose.
Shockwave.
My power will ripple across eternity.
And that line is intended as a direct reference to him being the first Lich King, in case it wasn't already blatantly apparent. Anyways, story negatives we've already given, gameplay positives, hell yes. All fairly simple fights, but good fights. And that is ultimately what I care about. Thank you, as usual, for joining me, everyone. That's right, the jailer was behind Sargeras the whole time. That's not a joke. That's actually what they tried to say, is that... oh my god. Yep, the jailer is literally canonically behind Sargeras, unless they just kind of decide to that. Possibly Pillars of Snow. You may or may not have noticed that I deliberately brought a bunch of level 60s, right? Because something I've noticed consistently is that the higher level we are, the better this dungeon scale. It's why I have so many characters sitting at 67. Just, ready to go. That's right, Sargeras had a belt from the Maw! I'm not sure if it was hubris or, desperation, Oh, yeah, no, the jailer's behind everything! We swear! Please believe us. Oh, God, okay, we're just gonna end the expansion. The end! We did it. Hey, what do you know?
Not all who wander are lost.
I'm just gonna do this really quick.
Prophet, this hero and many others from another world have come to aid us.
Yeah, they wanted their Blofeld moment, which is funny when you think about it.
What news from the front? Plant your banner and claim your destiny.
This is my land. Commander.
I can open up a portal to Stormwind only briefly.
I do hope my trust in your people is not misplaced.
I assure you, my prophet, the
we should call it
we've chosen
the land.
represents the very best of the Alliance.
All right, come on through. Steady, steady.
This is it, boys. Let's break some ground and take this world for the Alliance.
Damn right. Let's conquer Draenor for the Alliance. When do we start conquering other planets in Warcraft? I want to go find... Okay, actually, sorry. I'm joking. But hear me out for a second. To leave Jokeland for a moment. Wouldn't it be really cool to have, an expansion or even a series of quests...
Giant killer...
Shut up. Where we go and actually start exploring the dead worlds? The colossal wake of endless ash left behind the Legion's wake. Yeah, I've said something before, Records, but I don't know if you've heard me say it. Blizzard is a series of overcorrections. Sometimes we get lucky and they overcorrect in what can only be referred to as the right direction, like what happened with Classic. Sometimes not so much, like with later seasons of Season of Discovery. So, at the moment, I think I could fairly firmly say that they have overcorrected in a fairly good direction. Question is, are we finally going to stick that, or are we going to have another ugh later? Really? Pillars of Snow, that's cool. I don't need to do that on any class, but that is cool for other people. Sorry, I just want to unlock this really quick, because I'm probably going to be bringing this exact character out here several times to do dungeons. Because I can heal and tank. Not a druid. I'm really good at it. Well, maybe I'm not really good at tanking, but I'm definitely really good at healing. Die! God. Oh, I got it. Let's go find an entire empire of half humans and half elves we've never heard of before or since, who are just magically on the other side of the planet and super advanced. Okay, I'd like to make more fun, but actually, if I can be bold for a second, the idea of an airship-focused faction sounds pretty cool to me. We haven't really tapped that until War Within. That's the first time that's been a thing. Steampunk, you say? Have you seen any of the new gear coming out of the Goblin Raid? Yeah, Empire of the Air sounds kind of awesome. I admit I have a thing for ships. You know, guilty as charged. But, man, that sounds legit. By the way, can I just say I have a single target ability that uses up my AoE bleeds in order to just hit something like a truck. Like, I think that hits harder than anything else I do. Yep. Nope, I'm wrong. Maul hits slightly more, but Maul's a giant spender. Costs 40 rage. Yeah, no, I do too, Rector Spirit. Like, you've restabilized Blizzard. You did it. You successfully turned around Shadowlands. Congrats. That is a legitimate achievement. Take it, own it, learn it, love it. There it is. That's the quest I want. And this should unlock my Hearthstone that I already have. Dump this off in the trash, and yep, it works now. Perfect. Okay. Oh, no joke. No doubt, Uthor. Frankly, I'm astonished we're not doing that at 11.1. We're doing this little side quest to the goblins. I am curious if the goblin thing is going to be pure, you know, primary optional, or if there's going to be any MSQ in it at all. I don't mind either way, I'm just curious. That's really funny, J. Palmer. Okay. Okay, so it is MSQ. I'm honestly surprised by that. Can't imagine how. But then again, I also haven't seen the current stuff, so I'm a little bit behind.
Go with honor, friend.
What? Right, she moved. She moved. Let me do my little thing here. Yay, okay, and we're done. I mean, considering that Gallywix is Bobby Kotick, it would not surprise me if he was stupid enough to willingly work with someone like Zalatath. I haven't had that add-on installed since...
You like?
Legion, I think. Like, I know that those order things were in Shadowlands. I don't remember if they were in BFA or not.
Good fortune to our friends.
Really, Huthor? Fascinating. And 11.1 will almost assuredly be happening before we finish, so we can address that when it comes to discussing the the viscerality of shamans. So that'll be fun. It's probably too late for me to get any more real progress in, unfortunately, but I'm at least going to get in position here. I've played Plunderstorm a bit.
Crunchies, lucky doos and loot.
Yeah, a bit. I have played Plunderstorm a bit. Yes. Yes. Yes, I have. Where is it? There it is. A bit. Yes, I do remember the Slicing Winds ability, actually. I remember most of the abilities. There are some cool things there. Monks are just straight up getting that. That's funny.
May your feet find good trails.
Okay, I do kind of hate this helmet.
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
It's just anything. Just get rid of it. God. And I hate the shoulders. Death to the shoulders. There we go. Perfect.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
That's better. I'll take that. Wait, that's why by the way, there's an extended maintenance on Tuesday. I was wondering why. We haven't technically done... So, okay. Partial positives and negatives still exist. We just don't call them that anymore. Let me use a direct example. Let's say we're playing a Mega Man game. Let's say I give a positive to a level. That is a partial positive for bosses, for enemy design, for music, for visuals, for level layout and terrain, for enemy variety, for boss design, for itemization and item placement. All of those things that make up a level are then aggregated into just level positive. Make sense? So we're actually doing the same overall method, we just changed how we organized it. The reason why is because nowadays it's a lot easier to be able to say, here's a level that's really, really good and therefore deserves a positive for enemy placement, enemy variety, itemization, you know, boss design, my niece coming down and going after the mist. Why are you going after the mist? Why? Why?
Time. We're having breakfast for dinner.
We're having breakfast? Wait, you're not breakfast, are you?
Nope.
Okay.
We're having breakfast for dinner.
I cannot wait to eat. Here, real quick. I want to see if you like these. They're very sour, okay? So it's okay not to like them.
I know, I love these.
So try a bit, see if you like it. If you don't, trash is right here.
I know, I like these.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure first, because these are technically for you and your sister. Sisters. Your hair is so wild today.
I know, because I just washed, because I took a bath before dinner.
Is your dress on backwards again?
No.
Yes, it is. Okay.
No, look.
So. No, it's stop.
It's supposed to go this way.
So, could you do me a favor and say goodbye to stream?
Hello, stream.
That's not what you're supposed to say. You must say it correctly now. No! Dessert for lunch? I like it. Tomorrow we're going to go do the Spires of Arak. I hope to see at least some of you there. I'll see you guys.